base, although he does have an observer here, which should be able to help the Stalkers and the Forces clean up all of these DTs that are here in the base. The probes are coming back. Their homeland has been freed. And it looks like, yeah, Sigma is pushing across. This command center is going to burn down because there are no fire trucks anywhere around here. He's now pushing through the base. The DT, there is one DT left over. Not sure what this one guy is going to do. However, the two guys in Sigma's base have ripped apart everything. They've killed all of the pylons that were supporting these warp gates here, which is really good for Archaic if he's going to have any chance of defending this, because there are not going to be any more supporting units, perhaps, you know, one at a time from this particular warp gate. However, the DTs are going to smash through this Nexus. Nexus down, and there is now pretty much only IGX is actually mining, considering that Sigma has had all but 3 of his workers hacked apart by those DTs, and the DTs escape. They're going to come back. Not sure. Oh, well, Sigma has actually defended. Archaic has defended against all of those forces that were down here. So this is in a really interesting spot with the army value. Of course, Rampager has nothing at the moment. Sigma has, he's got he's got a couple of units left, but nothing really that major. In fact, I think that's only probes. So really, the only players left in this game at the moment are IGX and Archaic. You'd think that perhaps IGX has a better position because he's got a nicer sort of force here. But where are his observers? Where have they disappeared to? He's got one over here. He's got one observer here, which he really needs to get out to stop these DTs. I think the key for Team Solid winning this will be to get the observers across and actually just augment this pretty heavy Immortal Stalker force. And if he can just walk across and actually, you know, take the observer with him, he will just steamroll all over Archaic. Archaic's still got a couple of gateways here. Not sure what they're going to be doing, but not too much without the warp gate tech added on there. Grabbing a Robo Bay as well. He's going to be getting an Immortal, which is going to be a nice little help to his force. But the DTs, you know, if he had some, you know, anything else would help here. But these DTs, if Archaic can actually snipe off the observer, but he doesn't actually have any air units, so air attack units. So this is going to just be, I would think, a total walkover with these Stalkers walking through, taking out the DTs. That is one key thing they'll need to do. Although they've got the Blinks, so Blink is going to be really useful here to get away from the Immortals and also the DTs. But no, he's just not going to need it. He's just I would assume warping in some units. Yeah, he's got some Stalkers warping in here. Pretty sure this one is going to be a win for Team Solid, although these Stalkers hacking apart the Immortals here. It really depends. Yeah, there we go. The Immortals from Archaic go down. You would think with the 4 Stalkers and the 2 Immortals that these Zealots aren't actually going to do too much. Although Archaic does have one of his own Immortals. This is still going to be going, folks. I'm not sure if Archaic, he needs to get some sort of expansion up or just absolutely slam out some more gateways, because he's still sitting on 4 gates with, you know, he's not really doing much with his tech either. So he needs to get an expansion going to stay in an economic lead or something, just because Archaic now also has his backdoor expansion, which is just going to be, well, pretty much next to impossible for IGX to come across and attack, given that he's going to need to go through the front base because he has no air abilities at the moment. But we do have IGX has his Nexus going up. It is a bit late. Obviously, we saw Archaic with some nice timing skill here, sending his probes across at the perfect time when the Nexus was finished. So we've got this Rax here for Rampager. He's still in the game. He's just floating around, identifying key positions, that sort of thing. Nice little micro here from Archaic. He's going to micro this little Immortal around, trying to keep it alive, but it is not going to hold up. We've still got all of these units that Archaic is going to need to kill. We've got 3 Zealots and 3 Stalkers around. Nice little blink micro. And he keeps the Stalkers out of trouble. He's going to be smashing down these Zealots here, which are probably going to die. A Colossus comes out, which I'm not really sure if that's going to do too much, given that it is just the 1 Colossus against these 4 units. And not to mention, we've got IGX bringing in some more units as well. So This Immortal is, sorry, the Colossus is he is actually gonna take apart these two Stalkers. Wham, bam, there you go. That Stalker goes down. Zealot's cleaning up the other Stalkers here. This is gonna be a pretty intense game here, guys. We've got, so IGX now has his natural up. He's got that going nicely. He still really needs to, you know, he warped in a lot of units, which obviously has kept Archaic at bay somewhat. However, he's still really only sitting on four warp gates, and he doesn't have anything else pumping through because his natural has only just gotten started. As you can see on the income, we've got IGX sitting on 25 harvesters with a mineral income of around about 700, and Archaic is sitting on 29 harvesters with around about 800, so he's a little bit ahead, although IGX can actually see this. Perhaps he might try and formulate some way to get in here. He could bring a warp prism across and sort of just bring some Stalkers in here to take out these probes, because obviously if he can take out the probes and obviously keep his own base in contention, then he will have a good chance at winning this game. Got this observer also from Archaic checking out what's going on. Wonder what Sigma and Rampager are doing, apart from just sitting there watching the game. Bit of an interesting one, especially for Sigma, since he can't actually float a building around and have some fun. But Rampager moving across here, they're taking out this sort of forward pylon that was down here with Archaic's nice little force. He's got 2 Colossi, and he also has a couple of Zealots and a couple of Sentries as well, which is a nice little group to have, given that both of these players are sort of sitting here trying to rebuild all of their forces. There we go. He's got some more gates up. Got what do we got? We got 7 gates in total. Might want to chuck the warp gate on that one there, but he's also going to be grabbing his 2 assimilators at this expansion. Hopefully he's going to get some gas out and we can get some units pumping. Although Archaic has also grabbed his own natural, which is going to be an interesting point of the game, and Rampager finally gets shot down by all of these Stalkers that were over here. His barracks got a little bit too ambitious. It was sort of floating around here a little bit too far, but with no defenses. But hey, you got to see what units were here for IGX. Would have seen the Stalkers. He's wouldn't have seen too much else, although the fact is that I'm pretty sure there is an observer around here as well, which is taking a look. No, the observer is down here. It's had enough work. It's just going back to base to check out what's going on down here. Archaic is still mining really nicely with, he's got some nice saturation going on both of his expansions. He's got this gas going up as well. And it looks like IGX has his own DTs. He's going to try and run through with his own DTs. Not sure if Archaic was looking on the minimap at that time, but there was an observer that ran across, and it looks like he is not moving the observer back. He's finally seen these DTs moving through, although he's not sure. Yeah, there we go. The observer is moving back, but it is not going to get back in time to stop these DTs. They are just going to tear through all of these probes. Please transfer the probes, Archaic. Yeah, he finally does get to it. And the DTs are going to have a little chase there of the probes, but there is a huge force coming in to say no. We say no to violence against probes. That's what all of these forces are saying. There they go. They're saying no. Look at that. Bam. Bam, no. These DTs going to go down in just a second. There we go. DTs are down. We've got this observer from IGX still floating around, seeing what's going on. He's going to see that this is a pretty decent force here from Archaic. He's got these 3 Colossi out now. They do have their range, and in terms of upgrades, we also have 2 attack and 1 armor from Archaic. Meanwhile, IGX is only sitting on his one attack upgrade, although he is going to be pumping out. There we go. He's got the ground armor coming out, which is done now. He's going to start the level 2 weapons now as well. And we've got these probes here for some reason from Sigma, I believe. Yeah, these Sigma's probes are just over here. They're going to be helping out with clearing out these rocks, which is going to be nice little help for IGX in about 15 years when those probes get through them. IGX working up some more Stalkers. He's going to need some more units because this Zealots with legs, and he's got Colossi. He's even got a probe in here, which is coming along with some gas. I think he's trying to be some sort of little terrorist probe, which is going to try and come up and blow up the gas. But this is just going to walk through. These stalkers are way out of position. Look, well, essentially everyone's forces are way out of position because this force from Archaic is going to tear through this natural. He's now going to come back and try and actually defend his own natural against this stalker force. Nice little micro on these stalkers, keeping them out of danger from nothing that was attacking them. Probes are going to go down. Archaic is moving the probes back across, or perhaps it was just the auto mine moving it across. And we have a big battle going on here. We've got, going to need some blink here. Blink does come up, and there is a beautiful little block on these stalkers here. Cleaned up some of these stalkers, but of course the advantage here for Archaic is he does have the Colossi, which is just going to step up, say hello, clean up these stalkers. Let me get the GG from IGX and the GG from Sigma as the game is all over Red Rover. Nice little play there from Archaic, keeping himself and his team in the game there with these Colossi just coming out in time, and obviously the DTs that he sent across playing really well, keeping them in check and keeping the opponent's bases in check even while Rampage gets absolutely smashed at this base. And of course that is pretty much the end of that game, guys. Just make sure you keep an eye on scoceania.com. I've got a link in the description down below if you have trouble spelling that, because I know I do. And make sure you keep tuned in to the channel here. We're going to put up some more VODs from the tournament. I'm going to try and hopefully get through some more of them shortly. And yeah, we're going to have some more VODs from pretty much everything. If you've got some great VODs from especially team games, I like watching the team games, send them through to DUCKVILLELOL@gmail.com, and I'll chuck them up and we'll have a quick look at some great games. So thanks very much for watching, guys.